And I think one of the reasons I'm standing here instead of other people is that I have deals in Russia.
I thought we could sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak.
To be honest, I inherited a mess. It's a mess.
The third, broadly, line of work is what is deconstruction of the administrative state.
And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this country.
Consistent. If you look at these cabinet appointees, they were selected for a reason. That's all going to be deconstructed.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror.
Number one, I am the least anti-Semitic person that you've ever seen in your entire life. Number two, racism. The least racist person.
You know what look at my African-American over here. Look at him.
I have a great relationship with the blacks. I've always had a great relationship with the blacks.
Who are you?
Crushing juggernaut.
That's right, folks. I'm back, and I'm back solo. My son, well, the reason why we sort of been missing from the air for a while, my son got a job, and so I've been hoping at some point he'd step to me and go, "Hey, let's do a show," or whatever, and it's not happening. So I want to put something out because, let's face it, I'm right. I've been right. I've been saying it for a while. And now the missing piece has been confirmed, and I just want to make it known that I was fucking right, folks. Hey, Death Wish Coffee, folks, sponsors of our other show. That show would be That Man on Fat Man. Actually, if you're into politics, go up and listen to this week's That Man on Fat Man, 417, with Stacey Pressman, because she was she rented a place from the Trumps when she was a kid, and so she has stories, and we get very deep into politics, and I essentially spill my guts as to the theory that I've been saying now for a while, which is, okay, Donald Trump willingly and totally was on board and completely conspired with Russia to fix the election. Now, here's what happened. He got their help all along the way. We know this. We're finding it out now. It's being proven. It was all laid out in that dossier that was laid out by the MI6 agent. And that's why Donald Trump has constantly worked to discredit. Donald Trump has constantly worked to discredit that dossier because it's true. Not the piss tape video. Who the hell cares? What the Russians have over Trump is what they've always had. The final piece has recently come out in the news. Everyone would ask me, well, what was the or else? What did Trump think he was getting from all this? Because my theory is Trump colluded with the Russians, but never, ever expected to win. That was never part of the bargain. Whatever it was he was doing with the Russians was essentially, he assumed he would lose, which means that's part of the reason he'd be able to get away with it, because who cares if he loses? And the second part was that he thought the thing that he was going to be getting out of all this was Trump Tower Moscow. Yes, recently in the news, this has come out. That was the piece that was missing from my theory. I always thought it was some sort of media company. Basically, I didn't know what it was. I knew that there was some sort of fucking McGuffin for Trump to think, to be willing to do all this shit. What he was going to get. He was going to get the world's tallest building in Moscow, Trump Tower, his name on it. And so what happened was, Trump goes in, thinks he's going to get this thing, colludes with the Russians, but also doesn't expect to win. But then the Russians double-cross him. Fuck a piss video. They don't care about a piss video. As soon as they flipped the election, whether it was through concentrated targeting on social media or actual physical data manipulation of election results. Either way, the Russians used their fucking their electoral hacking operations to flip the election on Trump so that he won. And in so doing, they had the greatest piece of blackmail on the face of the earth. It was, they knew Trump colluded. They knew Trump conspired. Trump always just assumed he wasn't going to win, and so it wouldn't matter. But the Russians double-crossed him and fucked over Hillary. And in so doing, wow. Now let's, again, think about this, folks. Where are we going here now? So if I hear all these idiot talking heads on the fucking news trying to tell us all how, there's no way to tell what the effect. Listen, the effect was Trump cheated. If one of the only two candidates in a race cheated, the other one usually, most people know, wins by default. So, once it's proven that Trump cheated, doesn't Hillary win? And aren't we in a constitutional crisis? Because you can't pass the mantle of leadership down to the guy who was on the corrupted ticket, right? Doesn't go to Pence. Because Pence and Trump were on the same fucking cheated, compromised ticket. Technically, it would go to Paul Ryan, but doesn't fucking Hillary Clinton have a claim here? And what about this justice who got sat by a politician who can't, and by all rights shouldn't be there because he cheated to win? You see where this is going, folks? Big time constitutional chaos. I just wanted to remind you, it's easy to get distracted with all this fucking hurricane bullshit and all this other stuff that Trump loves because you forget that he's a fucking Russian puppet in the White House installed by Putin as a fucking trick. As a trick. That's why Trump can't say shit about this man. That's why Trump can't say shit about him. He has to suck his cock publicly or shut his big, fat, stupid mouth that he can't seem to shut about anyone else. Remember this shit? Remember Mr.
Grab him by the pussy.
That's
Grab
right.
him by the pussy.
He could say that shit all he
pussy.
wanted, but he wouldn't say it at fucking Trump, at Putin.
She doesn't have the look. She doesn't have the stamina.
Oh, that's right, because we were hacking into her stuff and we knew that she had the flu. What a fucking... This guy was a total cheater in the election. And now it's coming home to roost, folks. We're heading towards constitutional crisis. I'm being proven right every day. Hillary's book is coming out. She's saying it too. There was something else in the news this morning that essentially affirmed all of this. Every day, man, Trump cheated with Russia's consent, help. They conspired with a foreign power to throw an election. They're done. It's just a matter of time. There you go. So that's my BCJ for today. I want to keep it short and sweet. I want to take credit because I've been putting this out there since the fucking election began. I'm not a Johnny-come-lately. I've known because I know this asshole. Trump is a douchebag. All right, well, the cheating fuck, it's coming home to roost, motherfucker. You're going to get impeached. You're going to get removed. And it's going to be fun to watch. And the Republican Party will never have credibility for 100 years again. All right, and on that note, I'm heading out of here. I just wanted to say, hey, I hope you have a great day. Gonna leave you with some stuff that I know you're gonna love. It's a closer from a whole different show. Hey, zany. Getting wacky, getting crazy here in the morning. Enjoy your bone-crushing juggernaut. Donald Trump is a fake president. He was elected illegally. Remember that all day. Remember that when your talking heads tell you otherwise.